Welcome to the second part of our IRS TUI overview. You already got to know the operator view in the first part. Now we would like to introduce you to the extended possibilities of the expert view. The button in the upper left corner will take you to the expert view. Here you get access to all available information and settings. Let's take a look at the structure. The toolbar contains two additional controls, namely a pause button and a terminate button. This can be used to pause the sequence or end it immediately as known from the sequence editor. The function of the stop button for the operator, however, is configurable, so that a stop does not lead to the terminated status of the UUT. See also our video tutorial how to use the Smart Stop feature. In the menu, the most important commands as well as all configuration settings are accessible. For this overview, we skip the details here. Have a look at the integrator to help to get to know all functions. The expert view consists of several windows. These can be freely arranged, moved and docked to each other. For example, we can dock the system variables on the left under the system status, so that we always have the values in view. The window arrangement is automatically saved, but can be reset to default if needed. The UUT overview window displays all currently running sockets in compact panels. In this demo we have started 4 sockets. Clicking on the panel activates it for all views, which can only display data of one socket. Each UUT window shows the most important messages, status and overall progress. However, due to space limitations, some elements visible in the operator view are not shown here. The UUT view is switchable. By clicking the button in the upper left corner, each panel can alternatively display the list of values sent by the test sequence. The width and height of the windows are adaptable to the respective requirements and screen size. The report window shows the last received test report of the active UUT. The reporting must be configured and activated for this purpose. Reporting settings can be modified directly in the application. In this demo you can see the output of the IRS report plugin. Of course this also works with the TestStand standard reports. In the execution history window you can see the final results of the last test executions. The length of the list can be adjusted in the options. The table can be extensively filtered and configured. Take a look at our special video tutorial. We will show only the most important features here. Columns can be freely arranged. Select which column should be displayed using the column chooser. Click on the header to order data by a specific column. Use the filter icon to filter for specific values. Drag the column header to the left upper corner of the table to group by this column. If a report file exists for recent executions, you will see a report button. Clicking on that button will open the report file of this execution. Below the table you can see the so-called history bar, a symbolic short version of the history. It is also visible in the operator view. The error statistics shows a summary of the errors that occurred and their frequency, grouped by their product type. An integrated algorithm can detect repeated errors. If a critical number of errors occur within a defined number of tests, TUI can either indicate this situation or even automatically terminate test execution to prevent scrap in case of a systematic failure. Check out our special tutorial on this. The sequence file view can be used to examine the content of the loaded test sequence, similar to the sequence editor. Breakpoints for debugging can also be set here. If additional sequence files are loaded dynamically during the test, these files can be loaded into the view if needed. In the execution view, on the other hand, the current progress of the test sequence can be followed. To be able to follow the sequence, tracing must be switched on. This can be done easily with this switch. The activated socket is displayed. However, since tracing slows down the execution drastically, this setting should only be activated for debugging purposes. IRS TUI comes with special step types to create all the messages you see here. Tracing is not required to use them. Since an activated tracing setting can easily be overlooked, an application warning is generated in this case, which is visible in the status window and also represented in the operator view by a warning sign. The tracing setting can therefore also be deactivated directly from here if required. But let's go back to the execution view. Here the test can also be executed step by step for debugging. See our special tutorial. The result statistic provides a summary of all test executions by overall result. Additionally, a statistic for each product type is managed. These statistics are kept even after the program is terminated. There are two independent statistics, a session counter and a long-term counter. Both can be reset by the user as needed and also individually by product type. The two total counters are also visible in the operator view. If this display bothers you, you can also turn it off. The system variables shown earlier hold a grouped list of values. The values can be sent directly from the test sequence. Unlike the similar list in the UUT window, however, these values are global to all sockets. Temporary globals are a variable store provided by TestStand similar to station globals, but can only be accessed using TestStand expressions. Also, the values are only valid as long as the user interface is running, so they are not retained after restart. This makes them ideal as a way to pass parameters from TUI back to the test sequence. Examples can be found in our demo files. The temporary globals can thus be used as sequence file parameters, for example to use the same file in a different context or mode. Conceivable is for example a switch for a debug or MSA mode. A list of temporary globals can be defined individually for each TUI test project. If such values are configured, they are visible in the temporary globals window and can also be read and written at runtime. This allows to influence the test execution within defined limits if necessary. That was our overview of IRS TUI, the generic user interface for National Instruments TestStand. If you want to try it out, get the fully functional 60-day trial version from the IRS homepage. Thanks for watching.